What is up, my friends? My name is Echo Thrubing. Today I have TT back here with me on the channel, and he's going to walk us through how he did so well on this BoWitch attack in our most recent war versus Killer Bunnies. Following his tips and discussion about his attack in this strategy that you're about to see, we're going to talk a little bit about the war, highlight another attack or two, and yeah, just go at it like that. Before I go into it, guys, I want to thank all of you for coming down to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you, and hopefully you hit that subscribe button right now because I'm coming out with this kind of stuff every single day. Alright guys, I'm here with TT and he's going to walk us through how he did this BoWitch attack from our, like I said, most recent war versus Killer Bunnies. TT, you're on, brother.
Hey, how's it going, Echo? So this was a potluck spin with Killer Bunnies. They're actually our CWL division opponent, and we're going to face them in a couple weeks, so the war dynamics were a little bit different than normal. I'm assuming they played some of their backup bases, as you know, we did as well, but for this hit, I decided to use a BoWitch attack. It's nice because you can open up the whole base with just 2 jumps, which is pretty much what I look for in any BoWitch attack in a war. The nice thing about the BoWitch attack is you don't really necessarily need a scout. The CC is not too important. And I like to look for mortars that you can pick off with bowler bounces. So you can see in the southern corner at 6 o'clock, you can pick off that mortar with bowler bounce. And then this base, I'm going to come in from around 6 to 9 o'clock in that wall, 2 jumps, and you can see the comp there. I like to put my witches on the outside and make sure that they stay on the outside of the base and get most of the kill squad in the middle. So if you want to go ahead and play it, and we'll watch it.
All right, let's play in 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
Alright, so the first thing I do is drop that bowler in to pick off that mortar, and then I'll concentrate on my kill squad. I'll drop the witches on the outside first to start the cleanup, or the funnel I mean, and then there goes the giants and the jump and the core. Bowlers on the outside to really make sure that that funnel gets created. Healers come in, the last of my bowlers and my CC bowlers. I usually like to try and get 4 bowlers and 3 witches on the outside on both sides. And this one happened to work out real nice with 4 bowlers and 3 witches on both sides. Loon pops, CC, Queen's taking care of it. Bowlers are fine, don't even need a healer yet. No giant bomb has burst yet. So I usually like to keep my heal handy until I see that first giant bomb hit the bowlers. Heal down. Ton of my kill squad still alive. There goes the king ability. Queen ability still intact. Both of those jumps opened up maximum compartments, and that was key. So they get into this last compartment here, tanking for the archer queen, which is still doing their thing on the outside, not getting really hit very much. There goes that last golem, tanking for the archer queen. And that Archer Queen still has her ability, which is really important for this last Archer Tower and Inferno. Once that's down, the space is pretty much done. Those witches are still doing their thing down there. So many skeletons. Got a little bit lucky in cleanup here. I didn't really hit any giant bombs in the attack, which was pretty surprising. I just hit the one right there in pretty much the middle of the base. Otherwise, I avoided every giant bomb, which is pretty lucky, I would say. It doesn't happen that often. But the queen is still alive, and she's going to, you know, do her job and finish those last couple of bases there. Or defenses, I mean.
Yeah, it's cool. You just have those 2 witches and the archer queen and their spawns taking care of the rest of this base.
Yeah, I see some people, you know, spreading their witches in the back, and then you get a bunch of your witches going in the inside. And I don't really think they add much value with your kill squad. Inferno towers take them out really easily. Any giant bomb, bomb tower, so they can die really fast. So I like to keep them on the outside, and I think I get maximum, you know, damage from keeping all of my witches on the outside on my BoWi attacks.
Yeah, and they seem to survive a pretty long time. I mean, obviously some of them survive until the end, but you know, 3/4 of the way through these attacks, you still see the majority of your witches still up, which is cool.
I think the most important thing for BoWi attack is picking the right base. There are many Lalo attacks, Lalo combos that you can use that, if done properly, you can triple pretty much any 10. That's not necessarily true with the BoWi attack. There are a lot of bases that just cannot be BoWi'd. So you just have to be mindful of which bases you can hit and which bases you can't. I think the most important thing to look out for is being able to open up as much of the base as possible with just using 2 jumps. I think if you need to use 3 jumps at Town Hall 10, you're going to run into problems keeping that kill squad alive. But other than that, I mean, the strategy pretty much stays the same for most bases. I mean, it's because I picked the bases where the strategy works. I like to keep my witches outside, have a few bowlers going with them. You got to be mindful of wizard towers on the outside because those can take out witches pretty easily. But this base in particular was so narrow that pretty much every defensive building was distracted by the kill squad. So that's why you got to see those witches survive so easily.
Yeah, I've noticed that
it's a little bit more spread out, then the defenses on the perimeter will kick off those witches.
Yeah, I've noticed that you really like hitting those narrow bases with this BoWitch. It kind of just goes straight through that kill squad right through the core, and those witches just run freely along the outside.
Yeah, sometimes you definitely want to take the Inferno towers on one at a time if possible. But I think if you see those bases that are really wide, even though you're coming at the Infernos one at a time, you see a lot of your troops and even your heroes walk sometimes with the BoWi. So the narrower the base, as long as you can go down, the Infernos, the better, in my opinion.
Gotcha. Any last second tips before we sign off?
Well, the other thing I think that BoWi has a big advantage in terms of war strategy is, like I said, it doesn't necessarily need a scout. Whereas when you're seeing these Lalo attacks, you're going to need scouts for air mines and what's in the CC and stuff like that. So it's a good, useful attack strategy for a clan in a war to use. Early on in the war when you haven't necessarily burned your scouts yet, and you're not really sure your Lalo, finer point strategies. You can just give a base a good triple attempt that'll scout most of the base and, will guarantee your 2-star and sometimes gets the 3.
2 great videos talking about how to really utilize BoWitch to its best from one of the greatest in Bada Bing and TT. So thanks so much for coming on today.
Yep, thanks for having me.
So there you have it, guys. TT giving us those tips yet again. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please decide to subscribe to the channel because I come out with this kind of stuff every single day. And if you already are subscribed, guys, leave a comment, show some love in the comments section. I'll be back here again tomorrow with more Clash of Clans and Clash Royale content. If you have any interest in being part of the Bada Onslaught family, Bada Bing clan, Red Onslaught, Pink Onslaught, or Bada Bing 2.0, leave a message in the comments and wait until the end of the video because there you'll see the card with all that information. Check out Clashing Duke and Wicked Gaming for Red Onslaught and more Bada Bing stuff. See you guys tomorrow. Until then, be good.